Hey there, Ryan Black Real Estate Investor here, and in today's quick investing tip, I want to talk to you about painting brick and painting stone. So this is one thing that a lot of times folks are not sure. Can you paint brick? Can you paint stone? What are the repercussions of doing that? When would you want to do it? When would you not? So ultimately the decision is up to you, but I'd love to provide you with a little more information on some of your options there so that you can have an educated conversation with your painter and with your interior designer, whatever it is that you're doing on your transaction, to be able to figure out what will look the best for your property. So first, let's talk about exteriors, right? Exteriors, a lot of the older homes, they have the brick, the brick exterior. Well, newer homes too, but for some reason, a lot of the homes that we rehab seem to have old brick exteriors on the outside. And so you can paint exterior brick, right? Typically, you could do a glaze. I've seen people do glazes. That's not really popular anymore. At least where we live, doing glaze on the bricks is not hot, but you could do like a clear glaze that would give it a little bit of a shine. Typically when we see painting, it's because the original brick color is like a mustard yellow or like a weird brown, something that just screams 1970s that nobody wants to buy anymore. So what will we do? We will simply paint over the brick. There's a special paint designed for painting over brick. It's thick and it will completely obfuscate. It'll completely cover whatever the prior color was. So you've got your brick and your mortar will all be that color. And so you can do that. So you can do, I've seen nice blue, different shades of blue. We've seen red, seen green. But, typically you can do kind of a really fun retro, kind of nice soft pastel or even a bold color look on that exterior paint. Now, the downside to that is, typically brick as exterior material or stone is zero maintenance. You never have to do anything to it. Whereas if you have stucco or you have siding, aluminum or vinyl or a cement board siding, obviously you have to repaint that over time. So once you paint brick, you lose the no maintenance, the zero maintenance aspect of it, because now it needs to be repainted every so often in order to continue to look nice. But, it is what it is. If it's a flip, we're not really that concerned about it. We're just wanting to make it look nice so that we can resell it to the end buyer. But you can do that. You can paint it and, it will look nice, especially like if you've got maybe areas of the brickwork where the bricks have been broken or bricks have fallen out and you're like, I need to replace these bricks because it looks really bad, but you can no longer get matching bricks, right? Because the house is like 50 years old. You're not going to find the same color bricks. They don't make them anymore. And so you can just have your, your stonemason put in just random bricks that work, mortar it in. The mortar's not going to match, but that doesn't matter because if you're going to paint over it, once it's done, it'll look good as new. Nobody will know the difference that you painted it. Also white painted brick is in style right now, strangely enough. So it's funny how the trends come and go. But yeah, painting it just pure white is another thing that a lot of people are doing and seems to be catching on. So got to watch the trends, see what's going on. But that's the outdoors. What about indoors? When we're talking about indoor brickwork, brick or stone, typically it's because it's around a fireplace, right? You got the surround on the fireplace, the hearth or whatnot. Sometimes, and we've done both. We've done where we've looked at it and said, this needs to go, and we just demo it out and rip it out and then put in something new. But sometimes you can look at it and say, you know what, this can stay. And so you could just use kind of the same type of paint you'd use on the exterior, which is just a standard, latex paint that's designed for use with stone or with brick, so it will adhere properly. You could use that and just paint over it and make it the solid color. We've done that before. It looks okay. There is also another special type of paint, and it's almost like a chalk paint. And talk to your painter. They'll know exactly what it is. I'm not a painter, so I don't have to know all the details. I just need to explain to them what it is I want, and they take care of all the minutia. But this special paint allows you to change the color of the brick or of the stone, but keep the essence of the texture of the stone. So we did this on one of our properties where we had the stones were really cool. They were like a modern style stone, kind of a rectangular, really cool layout. It was a hearth around the around the fireplace, but the colors were just atrocious. And so we used this chalk, this special chalk paint to paint the stones, and so it made them white stones, but they didn't look painted. I mean, you could tell that they had been painted, but it didn't look like just like if you paint the outside of the house and it's just painted stone or painted brick, because you still saw the elements of the stone through the chalk, but you no longer saw the original color was like, it was like green and brown and gray. It was like 3 different colors. It was weird. It looked bad. And so that was all gone. It was just this nice kind of cool, it looks natural looking white stone. And they did that on the stones, and it looked phenomenal. So it's more expensive to do that. You wouldn't want to do that out like on the outside of the house. I don't even know if you can, but you wouldn't, because that would be way too expensive. But for something like if you have a centerpiece, a mantle, a hearth, or something that you want to redo, that should be something you should look into, because it could be a great way to keep the essence, make it look more natural, but still at the same time update it to that modern look that you're going for, so that it matches with all the other design elements that you've added into the room.